English learners. Welcome to the English Podcast Arena.
Think in English, slow listening and shadowing practice for real fluency. English podcast for beginners. Hello and welcome back to English Podcast Arena. My name is John and I am so glad you decided to join me today. Whether you are listening on your morning walk, during your commute, or relaxing at home, I want you to know that this time is yours. This is your English practice time, and I am here to help you every step of the way. In this episode, I am going to speak slowly and clearly. I will use simple words that are easy to understand. I will repeat important ideas so they stay in your mind, and I will give you many examples so everything makes sense. My goal today is simple. I want to help you practice both listening and speaking at the same time. When you do both together, something magical happens. Your English starts to feel natural. It starts to feel like yours. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to speak English and felt stuck? Have you ever known the words but still felt slow? Maybe you wanted to say something simple, but your brain needed extra time. You were translating. You were thinking in your own language first, then changing it to English. This happens to almost every English learner. It happened to me when I was learning my second language. It is completely normal. So if this is your experience, please do not worry. You are not alone and there is a solution. Today we are going to talk about one of the most important skills for fluency. We are going to talk about thinking in English. This is something many learners ask me about. They say, John, how can I stop translating everything? How can I make English feel automatic? These are excellent questions, and by the end of this episode, you will have clear answers. You will have practical steps you can start using today. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. So let us begin by understanding why this matters so much. When you translate every sentence in your head, speaking becomes slow. It becomes difficult. Your brain is doing double work. First, it thinks in your language, then it changes everything to English. This takes time. And in real conversations, time is something you do not have. Native speakers talk quickly. They do not pause and wait for you to translate. They expect quick responses. If you are always translating, you will always feel one step behind. But there is another problem with translation. Sometimes it creates mistakes. Different languages have different rules. Word order can be different. In some languages, the adjective comes after the noun. In English, it comes before, so if you translate word by word, your sentence might sound strange. It might even be incorrect. For example, in English, we say red car. But if your language puts the color after the object, you might accidentally say car red. This sounds unnatural to English speakers, so translation can actually hurt your English, not help it. Now here is the good news. Thinking in English is not a talent. It is not something you are born with. It is a skill, and like any skill, you can learn it, you can practice it, you can get better at it. This is what I want you to remember. With the right practice, your brain can learn to use English first. It can learn to skip your native language completely. And when that happens, everything changes. Speaking becomes faster. Listening becomes easier. English starts to feel like home. Let me explain why translation is so natural at the beginning. When you first start learning English, your native language is your helper. It is like a bridge that connects you to this new language. You see a new word and you think, what does this mean in my language? That is okay. That is how learning works in the early stages. Your first language helps you understand. It helps you remember, but here is the important part. After some time, you want to remove that bridge. You want to connect directly to English without going through your native language first. Let me give you an example. Imagine you see a chair. Right now, maybe you see the chair, then you think of the word in your language, then you think chair in English. That is 3 steps. But the goal is to see the chair and immediately think chair. Just 1 step. No translation, no extra thinking, just English. This is what fluent speakers do. They connect directly to English. And this is exactly what you are going to learn today. Many learners tell me something interesting. They say, John, I know many words. I know the grammar rules. But when I try to speak, I freeze. I cannot find the words fast enough. Does this sound familiar? If it does, I understand completely. This freezing happens because your brain is still translating. It is still using your native language as the first step. The words are there, the grammar is there, but the direct connection to English is not there yet. That is what we need to build. That is what we are going to practice, so let us get practical. I am going to share 6 simple ways to start thinking in English. These are things you can do every single day. They do not require books or apps or special equipment. They only require your brain and a little bit of time. Are you ready? Let us begin. The first way is to describe what you see. This is one of the simplest and most powerful techniques. Wherever you are right now, look around you. What do you see? Now describe it in English. In your mind, say simple sentences about your surroundings. For example, if you are outside, you might think, I am walking down the street. I see a tall tree. There is a blue car parked near the building. The sky is cloudy today. If you are in your kitchen, you might think, I am standing near the stove. I see a cup on the counter. The window is open. I can smell coffee. You can do this anywhere. You can do this anytime. When you are waiting for the bus, describe what you see. When you are sitting in a cafe, describe the people around you. When you are in your bedroom, describe the objects near you. The key is to make it simple. You do not need complicated sentences. You just need to practice connecting what you see to English words directly. Now, what happens if you do not know a word? That is completely fine. This is actually a wonderful opportunity. When you discover a word you do not know, write it down, look it up later, learn it. And the next time you see that thing, you will have the English word ready. This is how you build your English vocabulary naturally. This is how you build your English brain, one word at a time, one moment at a time. The second way to think in English is to think about your plans. Every day you have things to do, you have a schedule, you have intentions. Instead of thinking about these things in your native language, practice thinking about them in English. This is very easy to do and it requires no extra time. You simply change the language of your thoughts. In the morning when you wake up, take a moment to think about your day in English. You might think, today I will go to work. I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. After work, I want to go to the gym. Then I will cook dinner and watch a show. These are simple sentences about your plans, but when you think them in English, you are training your brain. You are creating new pathways. You are making English more natural. In the evening, you can do the same thing, but instead of thinking about what you will do, you think about what you did. You might think today was a good day. I finished my project at work. I talked to my friend on the phone. I ate pasta for dinner. It was delicious. Again, very simple sentences, but very powerful practice. You do not need to say these things out loud. You do not need to write them down. Just think them in your mind. The more you do this, the more automatic it becomes. After a few weeks, you will notice something amazing. You will start thinking in English without even trying. The third way is visual thinking. This technique is incredibly powerful because it helps you bypass your native language completely. Here is how it works. When you see an object, do not ask yourself, what is this called in my language, and then what is it in English? Instead, just think the English word immediately. See the object, think the word, no translation. Let me give you some examples. When you see your phone, just think phone. When you see a tree, just think tree. When you see a book, just think book. Do this with everything around you. Chair, table, window, door, cup, bag, shoes, computer. The goal is to create a direct link between what you see and the English word for it. At first, this might feel slow. You might need to pause and remember the English word. That is okay. That is part of the process, but if you practice this every day, something wonderful happens. Your brain starts making these connections automatically. You see a dog and you think dog, no translation needed. You see a cloud and you think cloud, instantly. This is what fluent thinking feels like. The fourth way is my personal favorite. It is called shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most effective techniques for improving your English fluency. And the best part is you can do it right now with this podcast. Here is how shadowing works. You listen to someone speaking English. Then you repeat what they say immediately. You do not wait until they finish. You repeat right after them almost at the same time. You try to copy everything. The words, the speed, the rhythm, the pronunciation, the feeling. For example, when I say I am going to the store, you repeat immediately after me, I am going to the store. When I say the weather is beautiful today, you say the weather is beautiful today. No pausing, no translating, just listening and repeating. At first, this feels strange. It feels difficult. Your brain is not used to working this fast, but that is exactly why it works. Shadowing forces your brain to skip translation. There is no time to translate. You must listen in English and speak in English, nothing else. This creates a direct connection between your ears and your mouth, and this connection is essential for fluency. I recommend doing shadowing for 5 to 10 minutes every day. You can use my podcasts, you can use videos, you can use audiobooks. The content does not matter as much as the practice. Just make sure the speaker is clear and the speed is comfortable for you. Over time, you will notice your speaking becomes faster and more natural. Your pronunciation improves, your confidence grows. The fifth way to think in English is to narrate your daily activities. This is similar to describing what you see, but it focuses on what you are doing. When you are performing simple tasks, describe them in your mind using English. When you are walking, you might think the sun is warm on my face. I am walking past a small park. There are children playing on the swings. I can hear birds singing in the trees. When you are cooking, you might think I am chopping vegetables. I am adding oil to the pan. The onions are starting to sizzle. It smells wonderful. When you are cleaning, you might think I am wiping the table. I am organizing my books. I am folding my clothes and putting them away. These moments are perfect for English practice because they are simple. You do not need difficult vocabulary. You do not need complex grammar. You just describe what is happening around you. It is like being a narrator in your own life. And this type of practice is incredibly effective because it connects English to real actions. It makes English feel practical and useful. The sixth way is something you can do every night before bed. Take a few minutes to review your day in English. Close your eyes, relax, and think about everything that happened. You might think today was interesting. I woke up early and made coffee. I went to work and had a productive morning. I ate lunch with my colleague. We talked about our weekend plans. After work, I studied English for 30 minutes. Then I made dinner and called my mother. Now I am lying in bed feeling grateful for this day. This practice is calm and peaceful. There is no pressure. There is no stress. Just simple English thoughts flowing through your mind. And this is the perfect way to end your day because it reinforces everything you learned. It helps your brain process English while you sleep. Many learners tell me that this technique alone made a huge difference in their fluency. All right, my friend, let us put everything together. I want to give you a simple daily plan. This plan has 4 easy steps. You can do them every single day, and they will transform your English over time. Step 1 is the morning reflection. When you wake up, before you look at your phone, take 60 seconds to think about your day in English. Think about your plans. Think about your goals. Just simple sentences in your mind. You can do this while lying in bed. You can do this while brushing your teeth. You can do this while drinking your morning tea or coffee. It takes no extra time, but it starts your day with English. Step 2 is daytime awareness. As you move through your day, pay attention to what you see and what you do. Describe things in English. Narrate your activities in English. If you see something interesting, think about it in English. If you are waiting somewhere, use that time to practice. Turn ordinary moments into English practice moments. This is how you fill your day with English without needing extra study time. Step 3 is active shadowing. Find 10 minutes during your day to practice shadowing. Listen to English content and repeat what you hear immediately. You can do this during your commute. You can do this during your lunch break. You can do this while exercising. The key is consistency. 10 minutes every day is better than 1 hour once a week. Small, consistent practice creates big, lasting results. Step 4 is the evening review. Before you sleep, spend a few minutes thinking about your day in English. Review what happened. Think about what you learned. Express gratitude in English. This peaceful practice helps your brain consolidate everything. It helps English become part of your natural thinking process. These 4 steps are simple, but they are powerful. If you follow this plan every day, you will see results quickly. After 1 week, you will feel more comfortable. After 1 month, you will notice English thoughts appearing automatically. After 3 months, you will wonder why you ever found this difficult. Now I want to be honest with you about something important. This process takes time. Your brain has been using your native language for your entire life. It is comfortable with your first language. It trusts your first language. So at first, most of your thinking will still be in your native language. Maybe only 10% will be in English. That is okay. That is a great start. But if you keep practicing, that percentage will grow. 10% becomes 20%, 20% becomes 40%, 40% becomes 60%. And one day, something magical happens. You realize you are thinking in English without even trying. It happens naturally. It happens automatically. And when you reach that moment, you will feel incredibly proud, because you earned it, through patience, through practice, through believing in yourself. I want to share one more important idea with you before we finish. Be patient with yourself, be kind to yourself. Learning a language is a journey, not a race. Some days will feel easy, some days will feel hard, some days you will make progress, some days you will make mistakes. All of this is normal, all of this is part of learning. When you make a mistake, do not criticize yourself. Smile, learn from it, try again. Every mistake is a lesson, every difficulty is an opportunity. The most successful language learners are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never give up. So here is my message for you today. Thinking in English is absolutely possible for you. It does not matter where you are from. It does not matter what your native language is. It does not matter how old you are. If you practice consistently, you will develop this skill. Your brain will adapt. Your English will grow. And one day you will realize that English is no longer a foreign language. It is simply another part of who you are. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for trusting me with your English learning journey. This has been English Podcast Arena, and I am John. I want you to remember 3 things as you continue your day. Keep thinking in English. Keep practicing every chance you get. And keep believing in yourself, because I certainly believe in you. Take care of yourself, my friend. Practice what you learned today. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.